Blessed us with this opportunity that today we are in the weekly Ijtema Polokwane. And Alhamdulillah, today we have a special personality. Maybe many of us don't know his personality. But if I give you the introduction like this, the translation of Kanzul Iman into the English language, which is so simplified that believe me, you try to read any English translation of Quran Majid, there will be no comparison of this Quran Majid translation because it's coming direct from the translation of Ala Hazrat Imam Rasulullah Shah Imam Muhammad Raza Khan. And there is none other than Mufti Abdul Nabi Hamidi, Allah grant him a long life and good. Hundreds and thousands of copies of this Kanzul Iman has traveled the world. I just come back from Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Singapore, and Malaysia. I was in almost 92 days, Madani Kafila. Everywhere Kanzul Iman is there. Everybody's talking about Kanzul Iman. By now, at least every house should have a copy of Kanzul Iman. And not only that, mashallah, Mufti Sahib is working on a very simplified tafsir. And alhamdulillah, this tafsir is divided into 5 volumes. Each volume is 6 parts. The first volume is ready and already gone for printing. And very soon, inshallah, ta'ala, in a very beautiful cover also, the tafsir of Mufti Sahib's, inshallah, ta'ala, Quran will be in the English language. And inshallah, every home will be able to have a Sayyid al-Aqidah Sunni translation and tafsir of Kanzul Iman in their house. So this is a great work of Mufti Sahib. Day and night is working to ensure that not only this, many books have been translated in the English language by Mufti Sahib himself. So Mufti Sahib is a very busy personality. But alhamdulillah, today he is here and we are blessed with the opportunity that Mufti Sahib is going to be not only here. Tomorrow Jummah Salah is going to be here. Tomorrow night. You ensure, because Mufti Sahib, alhamdulillah, in Johannesburg, if you go to Ijtema, they are in the thousands. But alhamdulillah, we are here in this town, so we can get the blessings and barakat of Mufti Sahib. So mashallah, I requested Mufti Sahib, you come, please. Also, we're going to think about the smaller communities outside of Pretoria and outside of Johannesburg. They also are Ashikani Rasul. Also, lovers of the Rasul. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So tomorrow, inshallah, try to double the numbers. Contact your friends, your families. Inshallah, you will hear Mufti Sahib talking in the beautiful English language. And mashallah, you will understand who is Mufti Abdul Nabi Hamidi and why we are talking about Mufti Abdul Nabi Hamidi throughout the entire dunya. May Allah Ta'ala bless him. And we inshallah grow from strength to strength. Allah grant him long life and Allah inshallah so he can continue blessing us with this beautiful, especially the work that he's doing for the deen and he's spreading it out to the ummah of the beloved Messenger Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. Let us welcome Mufti Sahib. Nare Takbir,
Allahu Akbar,
Nare Risalat,
Ya Rasulullah,
Ulama Ahl Sunnah.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا حبيب الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا حبيب الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله
وعلى آلك وصحابك يا نور الله صلى الله عليه وسلم
نويت سنة الاعتكاف وقيت على النور مجسم شاي آدم وبني آدم our beloved Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said that a person who sends 1,000 times daily durood or salutations or salawat upon me, he will not die till he sees his place in Jannah. Subhanallah. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Salatan wa salaman alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habib Allah.
45 minutes. 45 minutes. Can go up to 45 minutes. Say quarter past.
There are people who are regarded as fortunate people. And there are people who are regarded as unfortunate people. Khushbakht, badbakht. Ulama Ikram have searched through Quran, Hadith, the sayings of scholars, and through their personal experiences, and they provided us some signs So if signs are in front of us, we can easily identify and assess ourselves, check ourselves. Are we falling in the category of fortunate people or in the category of unfortunate people? They have identified 11 signs. 11 signs of Khushbakht, Khushqismat, Saadatmand, fortunate people.
Allahu Akbar.
As well as 11 signs for Badbakht, for unfortunate person. I'm going to discuss these signs. So we must all look into our hearts and examine in which category do I fall. I'm not here to judge anyone. We must judge ourselves. And it is a good thing to judge yourself before you are judged on the day of judgment.
Allah.
Sign number 1 for a fortunate person. So I'm going to count the 11 signs of
Fortunate.
fortunate people first and then unfortunate people. Sign number 1. He refrains from dunya and his interest is in the hereafter.
Allah.
That's a sign of who?
Fortunate person.
Fortunate person. Refrains from dunya does not mean that he leaves dunya and goes and stays in jungle and disassociates from everything. Yes, he has to live with people, he has a family, he must do some job, some business, he mustn't be begging from people. But his heart is not in dunya. He's in the dunya like a bird is in the cage. Not happy. But when it comes to akhirah, he looks forward.
Allahu Akbar.
He's ready to go. He wants to go. Because he knows that the first thing that would happen when I die, I go to Qabr, I will have the vision of my beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar.
And then of course other favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, angels will come and tell him, Nam ka'urusatin, sleep like a bride.
Subhanallah.
Nobody will wake you up from your beauty sleep. So that's a fortunate person. उसकी दिलचस्पी आखिरत में होती है, दुनिया में नहीं होती.
Subhanallah.
दुनिया में रहता है, अपना काम करता है, but his interest is in the आखिरत.
Subhanallah.
Number 2, he uses his bodily power to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to have friendship with the Kalam of Allah, with Quran Majid. He loves to recite Quran Kareem.
Allahu Akbar.
It's a sign of a fortunate person. Abhi Jawan hai, he is powerful. His body is powerful. His bones are strong. He can do hard work in ibadat. So instead of wasting time, spending hours and hours watching movies and dramas, running, going to casinos, gambling, partying, doing this, doing that, all haram things. No. He uses his body power to worship Allah.
Subhanallah.
And when he thinks of using his body power to worship Allah, he eats food with that intention.
Subhanallah.
That is, his mind is set for a bigger goal. When he eats, he says, I'm eating, so my body can take power. Because if you don't eat, you'll become powerless, isn't it? Your body needs food to have power. But he does not eat to kill his hunger. He eats with the intention so my body can have power and I can use that power to worship Allah.
Subhanallah.
That's a fortunate person.
Allahu Akbar.
Sign number 3, that he speaks less. He's a fortunate person if he speaks less. If you have a habit of speaking less, you are a fortunate person. Because people who speak a lot, they end up hurting someone, insulting someone. They'll be swearing because they talk a lot. So then any nonsense comes out from their mouth. They end up making ribat, chughli. So they commit a lot of sin because they talk a lot. And a person who talks very little only talks when it is necessary, otherwise does not talk. Because people who talk a lot, sometimes they even commit kufr. They end up uttering words of kufr. They want to be very funny, very jolly, very humorous in their understanding, cracking jokes, and in many jokes there are words of kufr. So, fortunate person is that, khush bakht, khush kismat, अच्छे मुकद्दर वाला person is that who speaks less. Now, see, this is, we have to check ourselves. In which category do I fall in? And if I'm not falling in that category of fortunate people, then let me work towards it and try to change. Because if you try to change habits, habits can change. But to change habits, hard work is needed. Habit is not like a switch of electricity. You just put it on and it becomes on, and you put it off and it's gone. It doesn't happen that way. To form a habit, it takes long. And to undo that habit also takes long. So one should try, and he will come right, and he will start speaking less, and he will be in the saf of fortunate people.
Subhanallah.
In our Mahawal of Dawat Islami, we say, Ek chup, saw sukh. Literally it means, if you stay quiet one time, you have 100 eases. Because you haven't said anything, so you won't be in trouble. Person who says a lot, he will every now and then will be in trouble, and sometimes people get angry and they give him hiding as well. ऐसा होता है ना, बहुत बोलने वाले को लोग मारते भी हैं। एक चुप, सौ सुख। Sign number 4 of fortunate person is that he is punctual with 5 daily namazes.
Subhanallah.
Person does not read namaz. Is he a fortunate person? Well, you can decide yourself. How unfortunate he is. Everyone will say. everyone will think how unfortunate he is. He doesn't read namaz. Or he doesn't read all 5 namazes, because all 5 namazes are farz. Not 4, not 3, not 2, not 1, but 5. So if you read 5, you are following the order of Allah and His Rasul. And if you read 4, the question is, whose order are you following? Now that's not the order of Allah and His Rasul, because order of Allah and His Rasul is 5, not 4. If you read 3, then whose order are you following? Actually, you're following your nafs. Because when your nafs says go read, you go read. When your nafs says don't read, you don't read. So when you are reading, the question is really, who are you following? You're following your nafs because your nafs allowed you. It's fine, you can read it. Jummah, you're free, go read it. Because if you don't go read Jummah, everyone will look at you in a bad way. What kind of Muslim are you? You did not even come to the masjid, we haven't seen you there. Now that's an embarrassment. To avoid that embarrassment, person comes. Who is he following really? The question is he following Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Or is he following his nafs because his nafs allowed him to do that? So fortunate person is that who reads 5 daily namazes.
Subhanallah.
The sign number 5 of fortunate people, that he refrains from haram and he refrains from doubtful things.
Subhanallah.
2 things are mentioned. Haram, everyone knows clearly. You can't get near. It's unlawful. It's prohibited. It's haram. There's no permission for that to commit or indulge in it. But then comes the category of doubtful things. Because doubtful thing could be this way or either that way. Because it's doubtful. It could be halal, it could be haram. What a fortunate person will do. He will not indulge in doubtful things. Because there is possibility that it could be haram. But unfortunate person is always involved in doubtful things. Then he will come up with the argument and say, well, it's not haram clearly. So he will be encouraged to do it and he will tell others to do it. You know, there's no proof against it. But fortunate person is that if he sees there is doubt, he says, no, I'm out of it. Not interested. He is fortunate. And you will see that pious people, normally when they see something doubtful, they don't go near. Because they are fortunate people. Sign number 6 of fortunate people is that he always finds the company of pious people.
Subhanallah.
His friends are pious. He likes to sit with ulama. He likes to sit with those who fear Allah. He likes to sit with those who earn halal rizq. He likes to sit with those who talk about accountability in the hereafter. Those who remind him there is accountability, there is death, there is hisab kitab. Are you preparing for the akhirah? He likes to sit with those people. He is a fortunate person. A lot of people don't like the company of ulama and pious people. A lot of people don't like it. But the one who likes it, he is fortunate. Even if there are few, you will find few in every city, in every area. You will find few who love salihin, pious people, ulama, those who do neki, those who are worried about the akhirah. They want to be with them, they want to sit with them, they want to listen to them, they want to look at their character and they want to imitate and copy them. That's a fortunate person. Because he's doing it because Allah has put love of piety in his heart.
Subhanallah.
That's why he does that. If his heart did not have that tendency, he would have been running behind soccer players and actors and singers and all those type of people, as most of our youth do. But you will find one in between. Maybe all his cousins are going on the other side, but he says, no, I want to go to masjid, I want to listen to the bayan of an alim, I want to learn something. That is a fortunate one.
Subhanallah.
Subhanallah.
And point number 7 is that he runs away from arrogance and he is humble.
Subhanallah.
He's a fortunate person. Money does not make him arrogant. Beauty does not make him arrogant. Influence does not make him arrogant. Being part of a noble family, rich family, influential family does not make him arrogant. He is humble. Because normally, beauty, money, power, influence, authority, big position, these kind of things make people arrogant, and maximum people become victim of that and they act arrogantly. Because money, they feel they can buy anything. They can buy lawyers, they can buy police, they can buy judges, they can do any crime they can commit. They can insult anyone, fight with anyone, put gangsters on anyone. They get away with murder because they got money. That's arrogance. The unfortunate people. The fortunate person is that maybe he has everything that causes person to become arrogant. But he says, I'm a servant of Allah, I'm a slave of Allah. I need to be humble because this is what suits me. The Shah Jahan, that was a Mughal empire, very famous. When his father died, he became the king. And they had a function for the inauguration. They invited people, बादशाहों के function में भी तो बड़े-बड़े लोग आते हैं. All big people, other kings, ministers, directors of departments, companies, इस तरह के बड़े-बड़े landlords, ज़मींदार, सब नवाब. Now when inauguration happens in a government, then it's a party. Everybody is in a party mood. There are nice foods, a good feast arrangement, songs, dances, traditional dances, national songs, music भी होता है, तो सारा कुछ होता है क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट की है ना. So everybody came with that mood of a party. And now it was time for Shah Jahan to go and sit on his throne. अपने तख्त पर बैठने का वक्त था. He suddenly stopped all the songs and all the dances that's happening. He said, just wait. He went into sajda.
Allahu Akbar.
So people are very shocked that this is totally against the tradition of kings. This is a celebration time. Everyone wants to enjoy and party and dance and sing. So somebody asked him that, why did you went into sajda? That wasn't the occasion of sajda. He said, actually, while all this was happening and I was about to go on the throne, a thought came to my mind that there was a king long ago before me, and he became king of Egypt. Egypt compared to my India is a small little tiny country. In India, when the Mughals were ruling, you're talking about India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, all these places were one India. So it's very big. I mean, India on its own, as it is today, is very big. So imagine if Pakistan was with it, Bangladesh was with it, how big was it? So he said, my country is so big. That man's country was so small, Egypt. And his throne was built with elephant's ivory. हाथी के दांत. उसका तख्त हाथी के दांतों से बना था. And my throne is built with gold and silver and decorated with diamonds and rubies and expensive pearls. That shows my power, my wealth, my authority of my government. But that man, his name was Firaun. When he went to his throne, he felt powerful. The arrogance captured him. Takabbur ne pakad liya usko. As he sat on the throne, he said, "O Bani Israel, Ana Rabbukumul A'la, I am your greatest Rabb, worship me." So when that thought came to my mind, I got scared. This can happen to me as well. My power is known, my country is big, my army is big, I got everything more. What specialty do I have that arrogance will not capture me? I went into sajda to acknowledge that, oh Allah, whatever I have today is granted by you. I'm just your servant, your slave, your bondsman.
Subhanallah.
तो वो सादतमंद था. He was a fortunate person. So this is the sign of fortunate people, that they stay away from takabbur and they are ajis. In terms of
No. Till Kurpas.
quarter past.
Yeah, Kurpas Azan. It's fine.
All right. Sign number 8 of fortunate people, that they are hospitable and generous.
Subhanallah.
Hospitable means mehman nawaz,
MashaAllah.
and they are generous. वो सखी होते हैं. They're not stingy. They're not कंजूस. ये बदकिस्मती है कि कोई बंदा कंजूस हो जाए. बस अल्लाह रिस्क देता है. Allah gives. So if you give in His path, you think you will become poor, but the stinginess will give you an idea. Don't give, your money will become less. And they run away from hospitality. मेहमान नवाजी से भागते हैं, बहाने बनाते हैं. Our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was mehman nawaz.
Subhanallah.
Our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was most sakhi, most generous.
Subhanallah.
We are his ummatis. We need to follow his way. And his father, father of Anbiya, Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was Sakhi, he was Mehman Nawaz. You know, he would never eat the evening meal if there is no guest on his dastarkhan. He'll go around and look for people if there is a stranger in the town, if there is a traveler in the town, so he can bring him at home and, you know, serve him, give him food, eat with him. You know, he was so generous that he used to even invent new dishes to make his guests feel good. You like paratha, no?
Paratha, ji.
We call it paratha. We originally from Punjab, we call it paratha.
Paratha.
Paratha and paratha. Tasty roti. It's a roti, kind of roti, that you put ghee inside and ghee outside and from all sides. It's very soft, delicious, goes down the throat very nicely, isn't it? Who invented paratha? Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam.
Subhanallah.
Because he used to put ideas together. What dish must I make so my guest would like it more?
Subhanallah.
You know, there are some modern days foods even, invented by Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. I did research on it. You know, in South Africa, something called spit braai.
Ji.
You know spit braai?
Ji.
The whole carcass, the whole animal, sheep or something, you cook it on the open, you know, burning coals.
Goes round and round.
You go round and round, and there's a methodology for that. And it becomes very tasty. I've tasted that spit braai sometimes. Some people invited me, I never done it. And there's no need, we just 2-3 people at home, we can't do spit braai. But I was invited sometimes. And I really enjoyed that meat, it was very tasty. That's a modern day food actually, dish. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam invented spit braai.
Subhanallah.
He used to take young calf, a bachda, slaughter, and then roast the whole complete bachda,
Allah.
and then put it in front of the mehmans, come eat.
Subhanallah.
It's mentioned in Quran Kareem that when the angels came to Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, he roasted a calf for them and he brought in front of them and he told them eat, and they were not eating. So he felt fear that there may be some other kind of creations. They can't be human beings. Why are they not eating?
Yeah.
So he's telling them, eat, but inside he had some fear that there is something not right here. So then they said, no, we can't eat because we are angels. Of roasting a whole full carcass, a calf, a spit braai is mentioned in Quran.
Subhanallah.
So that because he had love to feed the guests.
It's a very bad thing time.
And
Generosity thing time.
that's other example. We now talking about more on hospitality.
Ji, ji.
That's when you compare his generosity with the generosity of our beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Subhanallah.
Inshallah, at some stage we will talk about it, but that would be another different topic. So, our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was so generous, he was so generous. It's mentioned in Hadith Mubarak. Huwa kana ajwadun nas. That's in Hadith Mubarak. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was most generous than every other human being.
Subhanallah.
Subhanallah, subhanallah.
So in every human being, all Anbiya are also included. All awliya are also included. All kings are also included. All hospitable people, mehman nawaz people are also included. तो उन सब से ज्यादा सही हमारे आका की साथ।
Subhanallah.
तो हम उनके उम्मती हैं तो हमें उनके तरीके में चलना। We have to follow his way, and that's a sign of a fortunate Muslim.
Subhanallah.
And number 9, to be merciful on the creation of Allah,
Subhanallah.
to give love, to show mercy, to help people. Anyone who is in need, don't run away. Try to do something. Maybe you can't solve 100% problem, but to some extent, if you can do something, don't run away. Because that would prove your mercy, that you are merciful. Allah is merciful. He shows so much mercy upon you. Why can't you show mercy upon His creation?
Subhanallah.
And when you talk about His creation, that not only human beings, even animals, even birds, even environment, everything that's created by Allah, be merciful, be caring, be loving to everything. That's a sign of a fortunate Muslim.
Subhanallah.
He's not rude, he's not cruel. He does not eat up other people's right and haq and money. भाई का माल नहीं खा जाता, बहनों की विरासत नहीं खा जाता. He makes sure that sister gets her inheritance, the brother gets his inheritance, everybody gets their share properly. So many people, they eat up. They don't give to them. जिसका कब्जा हो गया बस वही मालिक हो गया. What about other people's haq that's there? If you take one balish, that's balish. You know the length of, what you call this?
Finger, thumb and
From that length.
and the big finger, yeah.
There's some nice name for it in English. Okay, in Urdu we said balish. If you take this much land of someone in this dunya, listen this carefully. If you capture, if you snatch away, अगर कब्जा कर ले किसी की एक बालिश्त जमीन पर, this much ground, on the day of judgment, all the 7 earths will be put around your neck like a garland, and with that weight and burden and board, you will be walking and coming in Maidan-e-Mahshar. Now imagine, can you bear that? है कोई ऐसा जो ये वजन उठा ले? What a punishment would that be? I mean, besides that punishment, the embarrassment, because everyone will know on the day of judgment. Your mother would be there, your father would be there, your ustad will be there, your friends, family, cousins, aunties, uncles, everybody would be there. Your all musallis that read namaz with you in the masjid, they will be there. Let alone all these people, our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam will be there. Can you bear that embarrassment? That you're wearing a garland around your neck of all 7 earths, the weight of that. And walking, everyone will know there's a person who did zulm. He took somebody else's property. तो ये बहनों और भाइयों की जो विरासत खाते हैं ना, वो समझ लें, danger. So the fortunate person, he is merciful on the creation of Allah.
Subhanallah.
And the sign number 10 of fortunate people is that they are beneficial to people.
Subhanallah.
They're not harmful to people. Anyone comes to them for advice, they give them advice. Anyone comes for knowledge, they give them knowledge. Anyone comes for some help, they give them help. Anyone wants, oh, my child having a difficulty, I can't get admission in the school, we say, okay, let's go, let's try, let's do it. Some कोई council का में फंसा हुआ है काम किसी का, court में फंसा हुआ है, this problem, that problem. He says, no, let's go, let's try to solve it. He's beneficial person. कि हर एक के फायदे के लिए चल पड़ता है. That's a fortunate person. He doesn't care, I'm spending time. Otherwise, these days people spend a little bit time, they want money for that. Yes, I mean, you have spent time, you can take money, there is nothing wrong with it, it's halal. Because you have given some service, you sacrifice some time. लेकिन जो फायदा पहुंचाने वाले हैं ना, वो ये नहीं देखते. Whether I'm going to get money or not going to get money, they're just there to help. तो ये अच्छे मुसलमान की नेचर होती है कि वो दूसरों को फायदा पहुंचाता है. And you must have got some good people in your community that you know them, that they always help. They're fortunate Muslims. And sign number 11 of fortunate Muslim, the great ulama have extracted and collected these signs from the teachings of Quran and Hadith and the Aqwal of Salihin and Awliya Allah. So we are making it easy, so we're just giving you in numbers, so you don't have to read books after books to understand these few points. Number 11, and very important, number 11, the sign of a fortunate Muslim, that he remembers death very often. ये खुशकिस्मत मुसलमान है कि मौत को अक्सर याद करता है. Because if you remember death very often, you will not commit many sins. ये हदीस पाक में है कि लज्जतों को तोड़ने वाली है मौत. It destroys the lusts. The lust, ख्वाहिश, ये जो बंदे के अंदर होती है शहवत, उसकी वजह से गुनाह करता है. But if you remember death, death will destroy the shahwat, the lust. तो अच्छा मुसलमान वो है जो अक्सर मौत को याद करता है. मौत जो है ना, उसको गुनाह नहीं करने देती. मौत की याद उसको बेनमाजी नहीं बनने देती. मौत की याद उसको क्लब नहीं जाने देती. मौत की याद उसको शराब नहीं पीने देती. Because he thinks I'm going to die and any time I can die. What if I am in the club and I die there? What if I'm in the casino and I die there? What if I drink alcohol and I'm drunk and I die in that state? उसको डर लगा रहता है. तो मौत का जो याद दिहानी है ना, वो उसको बुराई से बचाती है. फिर उसकी ख्वाहिश होती है, काश मैं नमाज में मर जाऊँ. सुभान अल्लाह. ये शायद सजदा न जाए. अल्लाह. So now, actually our time is up. So इसके अपोजिट मैंने जो 12 निशानियाँ खुशकिस्मत लोगों की बताई है ना, the 11 signs, the opposite of these 11 signs are the people of those who are unfortunate. टाइम नहीं है, वरना उनको भी एक एक करके मैं समझाता. इंशाल्लाह मे बी some other time then we can discuss that. लेकिन अगर यही याद रह जाए और हम अपने आप के दिल पर गौर कर लें कि भाई मैं तो फॉर्चुनेट बनना चाहता हूँ, तो मेरे अंदर ये निशानियाँ होनी चाहिए. आई शुड हैव ऑल दिस साइंस इन मी. तो इंशाल्लाह इम्प्रूवमेंट लाइफ में आएगी, हम अच्छे मुसलमान बन जाएंगे. सुभान अल्लाह.
The saints of Islam have quoted that whoever recites Salat al-Nabi at least once on the night preceding Friday, the night between Thursday and Friday, on a regular basis will be blessed with the vision of our beloved Master Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam at the time of death, as well as at the time of his burial into the grave, to the extent that he will see our beloved Master Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam lowering him into the grave with his own merciful hands.
Subhanallah.
That's why he said, Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala sayyidina Muhammadin an-nabiyyi al-ummi al-habib al-ali al-qadri al-azim الجاه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. It is narrated by Sayyidina Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu that our beloved Master Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated that whoever recited the salat upon me whilst standing, then prior to his sitting vacant, if he recited whilst sitting, then before he stand, his sins will be forgiven. That's what said, Allahumma salli ala sayyidina wa maulana Muhammadin wa ala alihi wasallim. Whoever said the salat al-Nabi, 70 doors of mercy are opened for him. That's what he said, Sallallahu ala Muhammad. It is narrated by Sayyidina Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu that our beloved Master Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated that for the reciter of the above supplication, 70 angels, they will be writing good deed in his account for 1,000 years. Yes, Jazallahu anna Muhammadan ma huwa ahlu. Sheikh Ahmad Sawi rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi, he quotes from some saints of Islam that the one reciting this Salat al-Nabi once, he will receive the reward of reciting Salat al-Nabi 600,000 times. That's what he said, Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin adada ma fi ilmi Allahi salatan da'imatan bidawami mulkillah. One day, somebody came in the court of our beloved Master Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and our Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made him sit in between himself and Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu. The companions, they were surprised as to who that honored person was. When he had left, our Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to the Sahabas, when this person recites salat upon me, he does so in this way. That's what I said. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin kama tuhibbu wa tarda lah. Sallu ala al-habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad.
Sallu ala al-habib. Now we will make a short zikr, inshallah. Please recite Durood Pak. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Rasulullah. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Habiballah. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Nabiyallah. Wa ala alihi wa ashabika ya Nurullah. حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا 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 الله لا إله
इल्लल्लाहु ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह इल्लल्लाहु इल्लल्लाह इल्लल्लाहु इल्लल्लाह इल्लल्लाहु इल्लल्लाह इल्लल्लाहु इल्लल्लाह इल्लल्लाहु इल्लल्लाहु इल्लल्लाह 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 Allah 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 Allah
اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم صلاة وسلاما عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله يا ربنا يا ربنا يا ربنا يا ربنا يا ربنا يا ربنا يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين يا الله يا رحمن يا رحيم يا حنان يا منان يا تواب يا وهاب ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وقنا عذاب القبر وقنا عذاب الحشر واحشرنا مع الأبرار या इलाह आलमीन हमारे प्यारे अल्लाह, आज तेरे करम से, तेरे फजल से, तेरी तौफीक से हम तेरे घर में दावत इस्लामी के सुन्नतों भरे हफ्तावार इज्तिमा में हाजिर हैं। या अल्लाह, हमारी यहाँ हाज़िरी बेशक तेरी तौफीक से मुमकिन हो सकी। अगर तेरी तौफीक शामिल हाल ना होती तो ना जाने हम कहाँ पे होते, गफलत में या गुनाहों में मुब्तला होते। या अल्लाह, तूने हमारे दिलों को, दिमाग को, रूह को, दिल को रहनुमाई अता फरमाई और हमें मस्जिद भेज दी। या अल्लाह, ये तेरे करम की एक बड़ी वाज़ेह निशानी है कि सैकड़ों में से तूने हमको चुना और यहाँ भेजा। या अल्लाह, आज हमारी बख्शिश फरमा, आमीन। आज हमारी हतमी मग़फ़िरत फरमा, आमीन। या अल्लाह, हम गुनाहगार हैं, सियाकार हैं, डूबे हुए ज़िद्दत में हैं, निकम्मे हैं, नालायक हैं, जैसे तैसे भी हैं। या अल्लाह, हम तेरे प्यारे महबूब की उम्मत हैं। या अल्लाह तुझे तेरे प्यारे महबूब का सदका, हजूर के उठे हुए हाथों का सदका जो हजूर ने हमारे हक में दुआओं के लिए उठाए, या अल्लाह हमारी मग़फ़िरत फरमा दे।
आमीन अल्लाहुम्मा।
या अल्लाह हमें नेक कर दे। या अल्लाह हमें खुशकिस्मत लोगों में, मुसलमानों में शुमार फरमा दे।
आमीन।
ऐ मालिक व मौला, जो हमने आज बयान में सुना कि खुशकिस्मत मुसलमान कौन होते हैं, या अल्लाह हमें उनमें दाखिल फरमा,
आमीन।
उनमें शुमार फरमा। या अल्लाह बदकिस्मत लोगों की सबसे हमारे नाम को निकाल दे।
आमीन।
या अल्लाह हमें नेक बना दे। या अल्लाह हमें सालेह बना दे। या अल्लाह हमें मस्जिदें आबाद करने वाला बना दे।
आमीन।
या अल्लाह हमें पक्का सच्चा नमाजी बना दे।
आमीन।
या अल्लाह हमें सजदों की लज्जतें अता फरमा।
आमीन।
या अल्लाह हमें इल्म और उलमाए दीन का प्यार अता फरमा।
आमीन।
या अल्लाह हमें नेकों की सोहबत में बैठने की तौफीक दे।
आमीन।
या इलाहुल आलमीन, हमें हुजूर की प्यारी प्यारी सुन्नतें अपनाने की तौफीक अता फरमा।
आमीन।
या अल्लाह हमें दावत इस्लामी के माहौल में रहकर खूब दीन की खिदमत करने की तौफीक अता फरमा।
आमीन।
ऐ मालिक व मौला, हुजूर अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की मोहब्बत को हमें अपनाने की और फैलाने की तौफीक अता फरमा। या कहते रहते हैं दुआ के वास्ते बंदे तेरे, कर दे पूरी आरज़ू हर बेबसो मजबूर की। या अल्लाह जितने मुसलमान इस शहर पुलकवाने और इसके अतराफ़ में रहते हैं, या अल्लाह इन सबको अपने हिफ्ज़ व अमान में रख। या अल्लाह
आमीन।
इनको चोरों के शर से, डाकुओं के शर से, कातिलों के शर से, किडनैपर्स के शर से, या अल्लाह इन सबको महफूज फरमा।
आमीन।
या अल्लाह इनके कारोबार की हिफाजत फरमा।
आमीन।
इनके माल जान की हिफाजत फरमा।
आमीन।
इनकी फैमिलियों की, इनके बच्चों की हिफाजत फरमा।
आमीन।
या अल्लाह यहाँ रहकर अमन के साथ रिज़्क़ हलाल कमाने के मौक़े इन्हें अता फरमा।
आमीन।
या अल्लाह जो रिज़्क़ हलाल ये कमाएं, उससे अपने घर वालों की खिदमत और साथ साथ दीन की खिदमत करने की भी इन्हें तौफीक अता फरमा।
आमीन।
बेबरकत इन्नल्लाह व मलाइकतहु युसल्लूना अलन नबी या अय्युहल्लज़ीना आमनू सल्लू अलैहि व सल्लिमू तस्लीमा।
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मदिन अदना बिल्लाहि सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम।
सलातन व सलामुन अलैका या सय्यदी या रसूल अल्लाह। सलातन व सलामुन अलैका या सय्यदी या हबीब अल्लाह। सुब्हान रब्बिका रब्बिल इज्जति अम्मा यसिफून व सलामुन अलल मुरसलीन वल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन बिरहमतिका या अरहमर राहिमीन।
Ya Nabi, salam alayka, Ya Rasul, salam alayka, Ya Habib, salam alayka, Ya Habib, salam alayka, salawatullah alayka, Ya Nabi. सलाम अलैका या रसूल सलाम अलैका। मुझे दर पे फिर बुलाना मदनी मदीने वाले। माए इश्क भी पिलाना, माए इश्क भी पिलाना मदनी मदीने वाले। या नबी सलाम अलैका या रसूल सलाम अलैका।
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نبي الله. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. الملائكة إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما
اللهم صل على سيدنا
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله بفضل سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله لا إله إلا الله